with Heather Chastain, and Heather, I have to ask you, after the tough losses you suffered in Chattanooga, you really came out and set the tone, got the scoreless frame in the top half, and then your 2-run home run just sort of got everything going.
Well, I definitely would have, the runs wouldn't have mattered unless Kara was on base, so that was awesome for Kara to get that hit and really be on base, and it really set us up to have those 2 runs, so I'm really happy for Kara. I mean, she's been hitting the ball too, man. Those 3 RBIs in the first game, and I think after Chat, you know, we just wanted to push the intensity and really just focus on the next game, and we needed to bounce back. Coach told us, like, this doesn't matter, it's behind us now. So after that Chat game, we were just sorry for whoever was in our way, because they were going to come out strong.
It certainly was a bounce back game, a 6-1 game, much like the one against Furman, and you had a front row seat to one of the best pitching performances in the house. What's so special about Jordan Garrett and her stuff?
When Jordan's confident, and which she is most of the time and all the time, she's just lights out. And out of all the pitchers that I've caught for her, she's probably the only one that in the 7th inning she's throwing harder than she was in the 1st inning. And to have a defense behind her that Jordan does, she has that confidence and she can make it. She hits her spot. She's just all into the game, and she always wants to win, and I think that's what helps us really propel and win those games with her on the mound.
You've now reached base in 16 straight ball games.
I didn't know that.
You started it off in the 1st inning, didn't have the pressure late in the game to reach base for the 16th straight time. But what's been a key for you late in your senior campaign, getting the job done, both hitting and drawing walks when you need to?
I just don't want it to be over yet, I think. And I think that it's finally gotten to the point where I need to have that intensity. I need to have that motivation to, you know, I don't want to be done yet. So I think I'm focusing more in on, you know, I'm wanting the next person to get up. I want whoever's behind me hitting. If it's CP, I want her to be able to move me around, and I want to be able to make sure our team is just hitting and doing what they need to do. So I think that's been my motivation, just to get on base and not let my season in yet.
You talked about what Coach Jim Cliff said sort of after the loss to Chattanooga. What was the message like among the players getting ready for this game, and obviously the never say die attitude you showed in this ballgame?
Our message really was just like, you know, that game's behind us. We want to be here as long as we can. We want to really just keep playing, and actually our mentality is we want to see Chad again. We want to face them again because we have their number, we have their name. So whatever we can do to get back and facing that competitor, we really want to do. So we're going to do everything we can to make it to Saturday.
Well, Heather, congratulations on making it to Friday. 2 more ball games on your horizon tomorrow.
Thank you.
Catamount head coach Jim Clift, and Coach, resiliency sort of has described your team throughout this year. It did so again today. After a loss about as tough as one can come to Chattanooga, your team answered the bell, starting with a 2-run home run right out of the gate in the 1st inning.
Well, you know, winning, having to play a 2nd game and winning it was the only thing that made the earlier game livable. Oh, that was a tough loss. I'm not going to lie, that was a tough loss, and I was concerned about how we would bounce back. I knew I was taking it pretty hard, to be honest with you, without getting into what happened in that game.
Right.
And to see what they were going to do was, you know, the big question. You know, and they came out and they decided to plug back into the energy that they had in the other game. And I mean, it was just amazing what they were able to do. Jordan Garrett, you don't see 10 hits given up by her very often. Well, she was tired inning 1. And she battled and fought, and her teammates battled and fought, and she gives up 1 run. That's crazy.
You look at, overall, it was really your seniors, not only Jordan, but Heather with that home run setting the tone for the rest of the game. What does that say? Not necessarily what they said between hand, but when you come out and you produce results in inning 1.
Well, you know, I don't know if how that would have looked without that happening.
Right.
I mean, we did go down, you know, 2 outs right away, and have her lace that thing, and I think, you know, that what was key about that. You know, I was just joking with her at the end of the game. You know, we obviously put 4 more runs up there, but I told her, oh, you obviously got the winning hit. You know, we didn't need any more than those 2 runs, but that might not have been the case if we, you know, didn't get those runs then. I think we needed that as a shot in the arm after what had happened today. You know, not to keep harping on that, but it was huge to have that jump.
The Thomas twins have been so lethal for the Spartans all year long. You held them to 0 of 8 led by your senior in the circle, Jordan Garrett. Does that give you confidence knowing two masterful hitters like that, shutting them down in this one?
Well, you know, Jordan's been doing it already this tournament. You know, taking the best hitters in the conference and keeping them tame, whether she holds them to no hits or not. You know, I would argue with several people that, you know, Greensboro may have the best hitting team in the conference, and so they're dangerous at any time. You think you're sitting in there going in the 7th inning with a 5-run lead, and you think that's safe, then you're a fool. You've got to stay on top of that team. They're very good. They're very well coached.
Sanford Furman about to play as we speak. You've already seen Furman. You swept Sanford. Does that give you a lot of confidence heading into semifinal Friday?
Well, you know, we really had confidence coming in, and I think that's why we've done as well as we have. You know, part of bouncing back.
Right.
We came to play ball. You know, and you know, teams don't always do that. And I think the team that comes in to play ball, you know, you see them do stuff like you know, win a couple games and start moving towards, you know, the semis and doing that kind of thing. And you know, every team in this conference was capable, especially with the way this tournament's set up, right, to do something and surprise people if it was a surprise, but actually come here and win this tournament. So you know, do we have confidence? Yeah, I think we do, but we've kind of taken out that we just decided we're going to grit our teeth and get in there and play hard, and that's what they're doing, and we're being successful.
Your team now, to get to that title game, has to win 2 tomorrow. You could face Chat tomorrow, or you could face Mercer in that second game. But overall, what's the mentality going into tomorrow?
Well, I think the mentality is we only have one game to play tomorrow, and then when we win that one, we'll have another game to play. And you know, we're just going on the one pitch at a time, one inning at a time kind of idea, and you know, that's what's getting you through. If you start thinking way ahead, you do silly things. You know, you pull a pitcher trying to save them. You do different. No, you got to win the tournament more than any time, and that's really the way, you know, you play softball. And that is, you win the game you're playing. But sometimes you have to manage it. Not here. You've got to do what you have to do to win this game. And if you're lucky enough to get enough of breathing room to bring in somebody to give your starter a little you know, breath and some rest, then certainly you'll try to do that. But you know, this was a huge win for us. We're able to get a night's sleep, you know, and rest back up. And Jordan is talking about resiliency. You mentioned resiliency at the start. She's going to come back, and you'd think she's had a week's rest. And that's just the way she is, and that's the way she always has been.
Well, Coach, congratulations. Just the second time in school history Catamount softball appears in semifinal Friday of the Southern Conference Tournament. A 12:30 start, a 12:15 airtime on the Catamount Sports Network tomorrow. Again, Coach, congratulations.
Thank you very much.